a better community together. For 65 years, we've been working on it with you. We're for being a good neighbor. We're for being there in tough times. We're for the hometown teams that connect us. Together, we're for Pittsburgh. Happy New Year from WTAE Channel 4.
Happy New Year and welcome to the 135th Tournament of Roses Parade live from Pasadena. Let's get 2024 started off right.
Happy New Year from Pasadena, California. I'm Alex Agajanian, president of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Association. From our family to yours, I'm thrilled to welcome you to Pasadena as we celebrate a world of music with the 135th Rose Parade presented by Honda. Let the music begin.
If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Oh, forget what we told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life.
Had to have high, high hopes for a living. Shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have the time, but I always had a vision. Always had high, high hopes. Mama said, fulfill a prophecy, be something greater. Go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the day, we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated. All tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more round, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Had to have high, high hopes for a living. Shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have the time, but I always had a vision. Always had high, high hopes. Had to have high, high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high, high hopes.
Life is a runaway, running out every day. You can take a bow, or you can love it anyhow. I know you're scared of heights, but take the jump anyway. And you won't regret it, no, 'cause there's a passion moving at the speed of light. We're fighting a challenge of troubles deep inside. Every nation standing side by side that don't mind giving the best of life.
'cause you're a sky, 'cause you're a sky for the stars. I'm gonna give you my heart, yeah.
I don't care, go on and tear me apart.
'Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you.
Hey, it's a beautiful day. Don't let it slip away.
It's a beautiful day. Ooh.
It's a beautiful day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the United States Air Force B-2 Spirit. I'm under my convoy.
Well, that is such a thrill to have the B-2
Wow.
Spirit back here. Wasn't here last year. Hannah Storm and Kevin Nagandi, we are back. Normally we sit side by side on the SportsCenter set at ESPN, but once a year we are privileged enough to be here and bring you the Rose Parade, kicking off this new year right.
Hannah, this is your 14th year of doing this. This is my
Can't
4th
believe
year,
that.
and it's just great to be a part of this with you. Happy New Year to everybody here as we're celebrating the world of music. You saw a fantastic start. It's 47 degrees. It's going to get even warmer, and the sun is out. There's no rain, 40 floats,
Right.
21 marching bands. I cannot wait.
A lot of these fans have been here since about noon yesterday. They camped out overnight with their families to be here and get a front row seat for all of the festivities, as 3,000 miles away last night,
Yeah.
they said goodbye to 2023 with confetti and champagne. And here on the West Coast, where this parade started so long ago, 135 years ago, to show the folks out east just how great it is here. That's how we're beginning the new year.
And the march is 5.5 miles down the streets of Pasadena. Let's get things started, Hannah.
Kevin, it doesn't happen without our parade sponsor, American Honda. Their float Keep Dreaming as they launch the Rose Parade for the 14th year in a row with a float that celebrates Honda's innovation and research into an all-electric and carbon-neutral future with an incredible range of mobility products from scooters to race cars to aircraft. And leading the way is the 2024 Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV and the official pace car of the Rose Parade. On the float are featured the Honda eVTOL. That's an electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, part of Honda's vision for the future of mobility. That's pretty cool looking. The ARX-06 electrified race car, which earned Acura's third consecutive victory in the Rolex 24 Hours at Daytona. And the Honda Jet Echelon, Honda's next generation business jet. How about that? And riding alongside the float, you're going to see Honda's latest sensation, the Moto Compacto e-scooter. American Honda, part of the Rose Parade for more than 60 years, providing official vehicles and sponsorship support as you see them making the turn, Kevin.
I mentioned the bands, Hannah. To lead things off, of the 21 bands, how about this? The United States Marine Corps West Coast Composite Band. It's their 74th appearance here in the parade. 3 bands from 3 different Marine commands marching as one today. And it's my pleasure to introduce the third person on our fantastic ABC crew, 5-time Olympic medalist, including 4 golds in the pool in the 76 games. We call him the mayor of Pasadena. Hello, John Neighbor.
Thanks a lot, Kevin, and Happy New Year to everybody. It's a real honor for me once again to be here on the street in Pasadena for America's New Year's Day tradition. And for the first time in my memory, we actually had the chance to follow one of the floats on New Year's Eve. This is the ESPN float. At about 4:30 yesterday afternoon, they stopped all the decorating and they began negotiating their way out of the float barns, making sharp turns, negotiating traffic and the occasional speed bump. With a police escort, they traveled 16 miles westward to make their way to the pre-parade staging area on Orange Grove Boulevard just in time for the last judging. Now, of course, the judges are being asked, I should also mention, a lot of people come late at night so they could get an up-close view of the floats. The judges are being told to measure the floats on 3 criteria. Number 1, the float design. Number 2, the floral presentation. And lastly, the entertainment value. Now, one thing they cannot take into account is the audience reaction because it doesn't happen until this morning. And what a great way to start the New Year's Day, filled with anticipation and potential. And just imagine, 750,000 spectators for 5.5 miles crowded on the street, leaning forward and saying, "What's next? What's next? I can hardly stand it." And that's the way I feel right now.
John, no doubt about it. A beautiful day, a fantastic start here, and fantastic shots from our ABC production crew all morning as we go inside the float barns. The longest float in the parade is coming up. Happy New Year, everyone at home.
When we said we'd make the skies bluer, some said keep dreaming. So we did, lowering emissions on the road to zero. Now, we're working on an EV that has wings. And someday, we'll turn your old Honda into your brand new Honda. Because we are a company of dreamers, setting out to be carbon neutral by 2050. So, no matter where we go, we're going to keep dreaming.
Icy hot. Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Feel the power of contrast therapy, so you can rise from pain. Icy hot.
I feel refreshed because I'm not struggling with CPAP anymore.
She looks great.
I got Inspire. Great sleep at the click of a button.
Did you get implants?
Yeah, I got an implant, Sheila. It's Inspire.
Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
You'll never guess what we're doing to the Baconator. We're putting it...
pretzel bun? On the Baconator. Catherine, you seeing this?
Posters everywhere.
What?
The Baconator you love with a new pretzel twist. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Pretzel Baconator.
ABC brings you one of the best shows in years.
Rock rocks the boat.
As we celebrate music's highest honor,
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Featuring electric performances and iconic inductees, Sheryl Crow, Willie Nelson, Chaka Khan, George Michael, Rage Against the Machine, Kate Bush, Missy Elliott, and so many more.
To be standing here means so much to me.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, tonight on ABC, and stream next day on Hulu.
The Rose Parade on ABC is presented by Honda, reminding you that it's amazing how far you can go when you keep dreaming.
Welcome back to the Rose Parade, featuring 21 bands today, but none has traveled farther than the Toho Marching Band from Nagoya, Japan, which is about 200 miles west of Tokyo, traveling over 5,600 miles to perform for us today. Getting cheers for how they're navigating the turn beautifully.
Well done.
Listen, this is not what these bands are used to, Kevin. You know, they're going to go 5.5 miles and have to take a lot shorter steps.
Yeah.
Little something different. So this is the winner of the Extraordinaire Trophy Award for the most extraordinary float, and well done from Newport Beach. Jingle on the Waves, their second year in the parade, and this is the longest float in the parade at 165 feet. That's actually not the record, believe it or not. Honda's was longer back in 2014. This is inspired actually by the Rose Parade, when Newport Beach back in 1910 decided they wanted their own twist on a Christmas boat parade. A couple of weeks ago, they did it for the 115th time. It's the largest recreational harbor here on the West Coast, and it's a nighttime parade of more than 100 boats. So here we have 5 boats that we saw assembled, Kevin, in 5 different pieces in the float barn, which was really cool. As you can see, they're held together by cables. Nice use of daisies there for the snowman.
Absolutely. And Hannah, you mentioned the 5 cars. You've got to also navigate turns here. I mean, whoever is driving behind it, that is a huge challenge as we take a look here on the turn to Colorado.
Yeah, so this is a very, very sharp turn from Orange Grove to Colorado. It's 110 degrees. Now, the fact that both streets are 65 feet wide makes it possible for these large floats to turn. And since this float is in pieces, and the front float is the only one with an engine. You can see the others are just kind of trailing behind, like one of those cars that you and your kids ride at Disney, right?
Absolutely.
So,
and the speed is 2 miles per hour.
Yes, we're anticipating that they're going to be able to make this turn with ease. If you see where it says Rose Parade Honda right there, that's our booth. That's where Kevin and I are sitting. We have a good bird's eye view of this whole thing.
And you see that skyline shot that we had there specifically from above, that you saw that pink line there, so you can make that turn and navigate, right? And have the space on that turn, like you mentioned, to Colorado.
And look how huge this float is, and consider that every single inch of this float and all of them has to be covered in flowers, grasses, plants, organic material. I mean, none of the colors that you see, or none of this is paint. And then they got a variance for something like that really cool Ferris wheel that you saw, but well done.
And Hannah, there is our Grand Marshal. Tournament of Roses Grand Marshal is Audra McDonald, although her strongest association is with Broadway, the great singer and actor. Audra was raised in Fresno, California, grew up watching the Rose Parade and Rose Bowl, and she said, this is like a Broadway show and a pub crawl. It's a moving thing, and my job is to usher in the parade and usher in the new year. Very different from a Broadway show, but I imagine it's just going to be just as fun.
Yeah, she said it was a dream that she didn't know she had, and when she called, she was like, what? Oh, do you mean me? Little Audra from Fresno? But certainly with music being the theme here, it's so appropriate to have her here, a winner of 6 Tony Awards, American Theater Hall of Fame. She was inducted by President Obama. She has 2 Grammys. She has an Emmy. So accomplished. And she gives such a wonderful speech at the gala that we were at.
One of the best speeches, right?
You see her, she's there with her mom, but her father passed away. He was a big Fresno State Bulldogs fan, and she said he absolutely would have been thrilled. So she dedicated all her work here to him. It's really great.
She's riding in a restored 1910 Thomas Flyer, by the way. Cool. If you're wondering about cars.
I love that.
All right, our flow coming down. Won a Director's Award for Most Outstanding Artistic Design and Use of Floral and Non-Floral Materials. It is the Pasadena Humane Hills Pet Nutrition float here. Their theme, Feed the Love. The float from Pasadena Humane and Hills Pet Nutrition is meant to encourage everyone watching to consider adopting and fostering, volunteering, or donating to their favorite shelter. And there is one dog that's adoptable on the float. And there's the dog, Lua, available. Very loving dog, clearly handles being in a highly stimulating environment really, really well. And in recognition of the important role of the veterinary professionals in animal care, riding on the float today is Doctors Bernard Hodges and Terrence Ferguson. They're the ambassadors and the stars of Nat Geo's Wild's Critter Fixtures, Country Vets. Again, they're celebrating love between the pets and the people, and we all know if you have a pet, you have a direct relationship. They are part of your family.
Yep, shout out to Ozzy and our newest pet, our kitten Miso. I honestly don't know how we could have gotten through the holidays without them. And there are the doctors. They're terrific. Their show is great. I love this float. It's so crazy because we were looking up close at like that little dog, like all the grasses and the things that they use for hair on the animals, because you can't actually use animal hair.
I've been told it's pampas grass and it's brushed out. And by the way, we are going to, my family, we're going to get a dog in 2 weeks.
Are you?
Ton of pressure for my daughter.
Oh, wow.
Yes, at a shelter. That's where we're going.
That's wonderful. I love it. Congrats. And here's our next float, a Core Kidney Foundation float.
Yes, and this is another award winner, the Isabella Coleman Award here, Hannah. Most outstanding presentation of color and color harmony through floral design. You know, the gift of life, a tune that never fades. That is the Core Kidney Foundation theme. A lot of New Year's resolutions include being healthier, and the Core Kidney Foundation has created this beautiful float to suggest that kidney health should be one of those resolutions. You know, kidney disease is one of the top 10 causes of death in America, and it affects 1 in 7 Americans, but often has no symptoms. 9 of 10 people with it are unaware that they even have it. But understand this, it's easy to detect with a simple test. And when you see this, you're going to see a lot of people in red and green on this float. The red representing kidney donors and the green kidney recipients. They're separate groups here. But of course, we're celebrating the gift of life, a tune that never fades.
Speaking of music, the Westchester University Composite Band from Westchester, Pennsylvania, nicknamed the Incomparable Golden Rams, one of the best university bands in the country, the first D2 band a couple of years ago to win the Sutler Trophy, which is, that's the Heisman of the marching band world. Let's take a listen. And now a special New Year's greeting from our Grand Marshal, Audra McDonald, wishing everyone a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome 2024. May you be beautiful, prosperous, and peaceful. I am so honored to be Grand Marshal of this year's parade, especially because the theme is celebrating a world of music. Music is the universal language. It is the way we unite. It is the way we get in touch with each other's humanity. So to be a part of that in this great, joyous occasion just gives me a lot of joy.
I'm a guy who lost a bet and my dignity. Get out of the way! As if watching my team lose wasn't punishment enough. What are you looking at, huh? What are you? It's a 1-speed. And if you have cut rate car insurance, odds are you'll be paying for that yourself. So get Allstate. I'd be better protected from mayhem, like me. Hey, I'm walking here.
Explore the mighty Mississippi River with American Cruise Lines. Aboard the newest fleet of modern riverboats, experience award-winning shore excursions and indulge in exquisite cuisine. Magnificent views await you from your private balcony, while our gracious onboard staff ensures that your voyage will be unforgettable. Visit AmericanCruiseLines.com or call for a free cruise guide.
What happened?
Found someone dead.
What?
Only Murders in the Building is now on ABC.
I think we could solve this case.
For an exclusive winter event.
I'm so on board with this.
Only Murders in the Building, Tuesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I hope you're enjoying the parade. I'm hosting the Oscars March 10th here on ABC. And now we rejoin a giant rolling teddy bear made out of chrysanthemums.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts the Oscars, Sunday, March 10th on ABC.
Welcome back to the Rose Parade, one of the 18 equestrian units here today. Spirit of the West Riders. They're 32 years here. We've seen the bands, we've seen the float. This is our first look at the other component that is so special here at the Rose Parade. The horses have been a constant of every parade since the very beginning, and the clothing, the saddles, the bridles, all very careful replicas of those used by frontiersmen and women in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. And so much dedication here. They're historians, they're skilled riders. Many of them appear at charitable functions throughout Southern California and serve as mounted extras in movies and TV appropriately.
Think of City Slickers immediately, right?
Yeah.
Hannah, big college football day on the ESPN family of networks. Today, the first of 3 bowl games on ESPN and ESPN Plus. The Verbo Fiesta Bowl, number 8 Oregon, taking on number 23 undefeated Liberty. That's 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Of course, all leading up to our college football playoff semifinals, including the Rose Bowl presented by Prudential later on today here in Pasadena. As we continue celebrating a world of music, the universal language, the theme here at the Tournament of Roses Parade, Banda Municipal de Zarcero from Costa Rica. The colorful band and folk dance group from Costa Rica made their Rose Parade debut in 2020, and they're back again this year. Their uniforms are inspired by the native plants and animals from the culture, a people known for their colorful traditional masks, weaving, and other crafts. 308 total members here making the trip to beautiful Pasadena. And it's time to get smarter. Earlier, John visited one of the barns and gives us an inside look to one of the floats.
For 75 years, the students at Cal Poly Pomona and San Luis Obispo have cooperated to build the annual float. This year, it's called Shock and Roll, powering the musical current. And to talk about the origin of the theme, here's Quinn Aikman. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so back in February, we had a 2-day-long concept contest where the entire team came together in San Luis Obispo to discuss 120 different concepts that were submitted by our students and by the public. The concept that we came out of that with was a couple of electric eels, a big electric keyboard, and a stingray. And this is the float that we kind of developed from that initial concept. We've had so much fun developing this float over the course of the year, and we really can't wait for Parade Day.
Cal Poly floats are notorious for their vast amount of animation. To talk a little bit about the engineering, here's Matt Merdante.
So this year we actually have 13 different mechanisms across this float. Right here is Elo, and it uses neoprene and floating rings to make sure that he looks like an eel and not just a bunch of different pieces of eel. We also have piano keys on this float that are going to light up and be played across the float, and those are actually going to be synchronized to the music this year, so that's something we're really excited for.
Okay, let's see if these eels are all juiced up. Matt, plug me in.
I love it, John. Really investing in the theme here. And listen, all of that effort, all those smart students, this is an award-winning float. Shock and Roll, powering the music current from Cal Poly Universities, has won the Crown City Innovator Award for most outstanding use of imagination, innovation, and technology. Love those electric eels powering the musical instruments. In the 75th year, these students have gotten together, and this one is awfully ambitious, all done by students who are juggling a full course load while creating this float. I mean, it takes engineering and design and landscape architecture, project management, you name it. The funding comes from alum. The flowers are grown on campus or they're donated by local orchards, flower importing companies, and they get really innovative. To save money, they actually wrap the chicken wire that is inside here. They wrap it in bed sheets instead of using foam before they put the flowers on top. So I don't know if you have a kid that goes to one of these schools and they're like, Mom and Dad, I need sheets. You know why? they're all in this float. Very, very cool.
And there is the president of the Tournament of the Roses. That is Alex Agajanian. He's the most visible role for him is selecting the parade theme and the Grand Marshal. Also a very busy year of travel, work, and promotion. Really stands out. He's a native of Pasadena. He's been a volunteer with the Tournament of Roses for 35 years. Hannah, this whole parade is built on volunteers.
Yeah.
Whether it's inside the barns, decorating the floats, all the people and the organizers, nearly 1,000 on the boards, making sure this day comes together.
Yeah, it's a huge labor of love. You see him there with his family, and his daughter, Laura, is actually what they call a white suitor. She's a volunteer with the Tournament of Roses, which has over 900 members. Because he is the president of the Tournament of Roses, he gets to wear a red jacket instead of a white suit. And he'll be able to wear that for the rest of his days. They have their family dog on the float. It's truly a family affair. We've got to know a lot of these volunteers, these over 900 volunteers that make up the Tournament of Roses. They estimate it's some 80,000 hours of volunteer work that they do. It really takes over their life from Christmas on. These floats on December 26th start being decorated, but it's all the lead up to that. Kevin, in a couple of weeks, they're going to decide the theme for next year.
They start again, all over again, right?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And they start building the floats in May.
Yeah.
So it really is year-round. And then he has to travel, all the bands, 21 bands, he had to travel to every hometown to help raise money for the bands. So it's a big job.
It's a passion project, right? And you mentioned the dog. The dog's name is Murphy. By the way, the first dog to ride in a float all the way back, that dog's name was Murphy. So it's all tied in here.
I love that. Rose Bowl trivia.
Yes.
Well done, Kev.
It's time to visit Lauderdale with a colorful tribute to the South Florida vacation destination where everyone under the sun is welcome. Emmy-nominated songwriter, entertainer, and Fort Lauderdale's own Alexander Starr is celebrating all things Lauderdale with an original anthem, Lauderdale.
What up, world? This is for everyone under the sun. And my name is Mr. Alexander Starr. Yo, I think the beach is my love language. I wash off my week while I'm sunbathing. Ooh, we keeps it sexy, keeps it edgy, keeps it so flow fly. Cause you know we so wonderful, one of a kind. Every day you come is a wonderful vibe. Yes, I believe in the art of taking my time. I like to sip life slow, kinda like tequila and lime. Let the sun set low so stars can align. I'm in a free state of mind all of the time. That's right, cause I color out loud, reppin' my town. Hey yo, if you wanna feel amazing, right now, flash up your lights and color the whole town, la-di-day-yo. Hey yo, I color out loud, reppin' my town, for la-di-day-yo. I've been around the world, and there ain't no place like la-di-da-di-day-yo. Cause we're literally everyone under the sun, but hold up. Touchdown, touchdown, yo, touchdown in FLL, and I'ma be like, welcome to my house, watch me take control now, this one's for my hometown, 954 we show out, welcome to my house and play my music too loud, Alexander Starr style, 954 we own now, come to Lauderdale, hey, and I'ma be like, welcome to my house, ooh, what I'm talking about, la-di-day-yo, baby. Visit Lauderdale, and I'ma be like, welcome to my house. Cause I color out loud while I'm repping my town. Peace signs up to the clouds right now. Ayo, la-di-day. If if you wanna feel amazing, right now, flash up your lights and color the whole town, la-di-day-yo. Hey, yo. Yo, I color out loud, repping my town. Hey, hey, I said calling all cultures. When you pull up on the scene, hey, shine up through the rooftop and color out loud like la-di-day-yo. We say, hey, yo. You can color out loud like la-di-day-yo. Hey, yo. Love y'all.
We'll return with more of the 2024 Rose Parade presented by Honda after this message and a word from our ABC station.
$5 duo at Burger King. Double up flavors when hunger dings. Whopper Jr. and Royal Crispy Wraps for a lunch, dinner, or late night snack. BK, have it your way.
Icy hot. Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Feel the power of contrast therapy. So you can rise from pain. Icy hot.
From the first day I met Gary, I did say that this is a man I could marry.
There's hope that I have someone that I can enjoy the rest of my life with.
I took a chance with Gary. Now that I found him, I don't want to lose him.
She is what I've been looking for.
The Golden Wedding, live Thursday on ABC.
Before and after. Before and after. If you have a before kitchen, now's the time to call Kitchen Saver and get a beautiful after. With our custom cabinet renewal process, you can have a brand new kitchen within 3 to 5 days. We're so confident in our products that we'll back it all, labor and materials, with our 10-year limited warranty. Claim our special offer and become a satisfied customer today.
Prepare to be impressed. Kitchen Saver.
Hey there, let's get away. We sure need a lazy summer day.
Play the Monopoly family of games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Whoa, you're still here?
I sure am. Over 40,000 homeowners start their day in my Bathfitter tubs and showers. I brought Bathfitter to our region 27 years ago. Bathfitter was then and still is the best choice. There have been a lot of copycats who have come and gone. But we have the best value, the best prices, our own veteran installers, and a lifetime guarantee. Our average system starts at $99 per month. Give us a call.
Welcome back to the Rose Parade, helping us kick off 2024. The Nakoa Ali'i Hawaii All-State Marching Band, their 5th appearance here. Nearly 300 musicians from around the state making up this band. And 3 members of the band sadly lost everything in the Maui fires. The Tournament of Roses actually paid for their replacement instruments. They had lost their instruments as well, but they're here today. They're together. They actually didn't get to practice together until they arrived in California last week. And they wear those pink leis to show support for those impacted by the Maui wildfires.
Hannah, our next float is stunning. From One Legacy, Donate Life, the theme woven together, the dance of life. Last year's float won the sweepstakes for most beautiful, a perfect blend of message and impact. This year, the Judges Award for most outstanding float design and dramatic impact. It honors the rich culture of the Hopi tribe, one of the oldest Pueblo Native American cultures in what's now the southwestern United States, originating some 7,000 years ago. Donate Life has been working closely with the Hopi tribe to ensure that the float design authentically represents that culture and traditions. And members of the tribe are performing the Hopi butterfly dance. I see here the inset in the baskets are the floral pictures of organ donors who range in the age of 3 to 78 with decorations done in part of their surviving family members. And riding on the float are organ recipients, including California teenager Joseph Sanchez Munoz, who has received 3 organ transplants in his 19 years of life, starting with a liver before his first birthday, a kidney at age 9, and a heart just a few months ago.
Incredible.
Which is remarkable. He was diagnosed here with both liver cancer and kidney disease soon after birth. And then last winter, he suffered heart failure every time he was able to benefit from the gift of organ donation.
That's just an amazing story. Looking at the floor graphs, looking at those faces of all of those who've changed lives like him. And this is so impactful. Their participation in the Rose Parade has really made a difference in organ donation, a true difference here.
It's an excellent point.
As you said, beautiful, impactful, and meaningful, as is so much of this day. And this is the Rose Queen and her royal court. This is such a great story. Talk about impact and the life on a young girl. So that was Naomi Stillitano. She's the Rose Queen. When she was just 7 years old, her family moved here from Italy. She watched the parade. And 10 years later, here she is, the 105th Rose Queen, something that she's dreamed of since that day. She's a high school senior at Arcadia High School.
And she's fluent in Italian, English, and Spanish. She wants to someday create her own fashion brand and plans to study fashion design and marketing. And by the way, her official title is Queen of the Tournament of Roses. And she'll receive a $7,500 scholarship.
Yeah, all the members of the Royal Court do. In fact, we talked about how busy the volunteers are. These ladies are incredibly busy throughout the year, making appearances and learning how to wave perfectly and blow kisses. We're doing hearts now. We're doing the whole thing. Everybody's kind of got their own style. Well done. But these young women have been a really important part of the community. By the way, Kevin, you kind of missed your calling because back in the early 1900s, there were Rose Kings.
Oh, really?
As well. Sadly, no more.
I'd like to let you know I was a prom king back in 1993 at Phoenix Hall High School. And then I retired.
All right, drop the mic, Kev. Okay. Here we go. On to the next one.
Yes, please. Our next float. Very important message. Be the solution. And these bees aren't pollinators, they're builders. Union Station Homeless Services. This year's the 50th anniversary of Union Station Homeless Services. The nonprofit successfully provides homes for the homeless in LA County. How about this? 97% of them remained housed. That is incredible.
Wow.
And the float was a recent gift to them from a donor, and they hope to use it to encourage the international community to join them in the fight to end homelessness and raise awareness of their goal to recognize and support the inherent value, dignity, and humanity of all people. And coming up, one of the 2 bands that will be playing at the Rose Bowl game this afternoon, the Michigan Marching Band, getting ready with Hail to the Victors. We'll be right back from beautiful Pasadena. Happy New Year's, everyone.
When we first set out to make the skies bluer, some said, keep dreaming. So we did. And we continued to lower emissions on the road to zero. But hey, why stop there? Next, we took our dreams to the track in a hybrid, moving forward and upward. We're working on an EV that has wings. We've even reduced CO2 by growing algae to make fuel. And someday, we'll turn your old Honda into your brand new Honda. That's because we are a company of dreamers, setting out to be carbon neutral by 2050. So, no matter where we go, you better believe we're gonna keep dreaming.
So many amazing women. I hope they feel lucky to meet me. I'm ready.
He's a hug, sweetie. Chef's kiss. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Oh my God.
He's insane. I was mesmerized.
I'm obsessed. Oh my God.
I'm still just Joey.
He's so handsome.
Later today, the 110th Rose Bowl game right here on ABC, and the University of Michigan Marching Band is here representing the Big Ten Conference champs who play the Alabama Crimson Tide. Coming up, the 21st Rose Bowl for Michigan. 6th time they played Alabama overall, but the first time at the Rose Bowl. By the way, Michigan won the very first Rose Bowl game back in 1902. They beat Stanford 49-0 for their first national championship. Hail to the victors. We'll see who's victorious later today. Number 1, Michigan taking on number 4, Alabama in the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. And then it's number 2, Washington, and number 3, Texas in the All-State Sugar Bowl. The winners, of course, play Monday, January 8th in Houston for the national championship on ESPN. It's the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl, coming up.
Hannah, our next float, the Lutheran Hour Ministries, 35 feet long. And their theme, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. This year's float fits the musical theme of the parade with giant trumpets and a hymnal. Nice touch here. The musical bars, as we look a little bit closer, which move through the float here with orchids representing the musical notes. And really what stands out, the volunteers. We talk about this parade with the volunteers, right? The volunteers from the Lutheran Hour Ministries are known as the pedal pushers. They're a group of volunteer float decorators who generously help out other floats in their spare time. They decorated, Hannah, a total of 7 floats this year, as well as manning the flower tent and placing millions of blooms in water vials. They do so much work.
Yeah, we saw them.
And they're proud. They wear shirts, right, as pedal pushers. They're very proud.
All ages, too. Oh, this is a classic, Kevin. Marching down the parade route.
And the most recognizable horses in the parade, right? The Budweiser Clydesdales. They made their first appearance on behalf of Anheuser-Busch more than 90 years ago, April 7th, 1933, when they delivered a case of Budweiser to Franklin Roosevelt in the White House.
That's a good piece of history.
Yeah. Did we see the Dalmatian? The Dalmatian was there.
Hey, speaking of making history, take me out to the ball game. DirecTV, headquartered in El Segundo and celebrating the El Segundo Little cheerlead world champions and their 3 coaches on the float this past August. The team from El Segundo beat the team from Curacao 6-5 with a walk-off home run by Louis Lappy. And there they are, and here they are today riding this float. They just found out about it, Kevin. They were surprised in November by the news that DirecTV had commissioned a tribute float for them and that they would be riding in the Rose Parade. They helped decorate the float. We saw them at the barn the other day. What a thrill.
Cool, yeah.
That dugout, by the way, smells better than any dugout.
You're right.
It's actually made of eucalyptus leaves, and the base pads are made of coconut, which certainly would be more comfortable sliding down. But congrats.
And they drew the biggest cheers, too, Anna, coming down the street there.
They sure did.
Our next, it's a ride make. One more time, let's say that one once again. It's a car driving some Hall of Famers. The Rose Bowl Hall of Fame is the class of 2023. Inductees are included Kirk Herbstreit, Lincoln Kennedy, and the late Cliff Montgomery. Now, Herbie is calling his record 16th Rose Bowl game for ESPN later today. He's currently on College Game Day on ESPN, so shout out to Herbie. He's going to call today's Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential as well. There's Lincoln Kennedy, a former University of Washington offensive lineman, played in 3 Rose Bowls, including getting a couple wins in 1991 over Iowa and Michigan in 1992 when they won the national title. And Cliff Montgomery representing Cliff. Al Bagnoli, the head coach of Columbia. Montgomery was the quarterback for Columbia in the 1934 Rose Bowl.
There we go. Bunch of Alabama Crimson Tide fans there giving the thumbs up to the University of Alabama $1 Million Band.
Hannah, they don't say hello. They say roll tide. Exactly. That's how they greet you. That's how they say goodbye. It's roll tide.
Roll tide.
And here is the Alabama $1 Million Band, 400 total members strong. About the Alabama fight song, it includes a line, remember the Rose Bowl, we'll win then.
We didn't realize
that
Alabama's first national championship actually came at the Rose Bowl. So for both Michigan and Alabama, the first national titles right here in Pasadena.
And they still sing that fight song with the Rose Bowl every single time. Hey, look at all the thousands of people lined up on Colorado Boulevard. 5.5 miles. The parade goes down this fantastic street. Float's going 2 miles per hour. Plenty of bands, roses, and powerful stories ahead as we welcome in 2024.
You like that bone? I got a great price on it.
Did you see my tail when that Chewy box showed up?
Oh, I saw it.
My tail goes bonkers for treats at great prices. Sorry about the vase.
Save more on what they love with everyday great prices at Chewy.
You'll never guess what we're doing to the Baconator. We're putting it...
pretzel bun? On the Baconator. Catherine, you seeing this?
Posters everywhere.
What?
The Baconator you love with a new pretzel twist. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Pretzel Baconator.
Losing weight is more confusing than ever. Eat this. Don't eat this. Break through the clutter with Nutrisystem. Eat the food, lose the weight. Kickstart your weight loss with our new first week to prime your body for steady weight loss. With 1 week of new fat-burning bars, hunger control shakes, and hearty inspirations dinners. It's a protein-packed first week to help you lose weight and control hunger. You just eat the food and lose the weight. Call or go online and save
Stop.
Welcome back. This is an excellent school and your children are learning.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is right.
Single file line, most flammable kids first.
What's happening?
I'm just so happy to be back.
Do you work here? This is embarrassing for you.
The wait is over. Abbott Elementary returns February 7th on ABC.
Everything gonna be all right this morning.
As far as cases go, it was a piece of cake. Boom.
He can see things that no one else does.
I bet I can solve this case tonight.
Talk about overconfident.
Oh, you have no idea.
What are you listening to?
Case notes.
You're mouthing case notes.
Don't mess with the process.
Whoa, child.
Welcome back to the 135th Rose Parade. Hannah Storm and Kevin Negandhi wishing you a very happy 2024. You're looking at one of the 21 marching bands here. This is the Castle High School Castle Marching Knights from Newburgh, Indiana. Their first time ever here from this small town of just over 3,000 along the Ohio River in southwestern Indiana. In fact, it's such a big deal. They have a camera crew from Evansville following them around and a reporter to document their experience here today at the Rose Parade. They march 5.5 miles, and that's a lot for a band. They have to take very short steps. Obviously, they're used to marching in formation, especially the big tubas and the sousaphones. It's a lot of work, so everybody wears 2 pairs of socks. That's a veteran move right there. No breaks. But the best thing is, at the end of this, everybody gets a hamburger from In-N-Out Burger. They give out like 9,000 hamburgers.
Well deserved.
I want an In-N-Out Burger at the end of our broadcast, Kevin. Animal style.
I was going to ask you want animal style?
If you go, I already had one right after we landed at LAX. Well done by the Castle High School Castle Marching Knights, and their first time in the parade, but a veteran of over 30 of these, John Neighbor in the Barns, with the story of an upcoming float.
For many Canadian and American veterans, the real challenge after coming home is how to transition from deployment to employment. With the Sounds of Success, their first float in the parade, the organization Coding for Veterans has found a way to help with a 6-month online program to help vets learn the skills and earn the accreditation to be hired in one of the thousands of jobs in the coding or computer security field. These jobs start at $70,000 a year. Coding for Veterans has helped over 500 vets complete the program in the past 4 years. If you're not a veteran but need to hire someone with these skills, or maybe you want to mentor such a person, your participation is welcome. So now the warriors who were stars on the battlefield have a better chance to become superstars at work while providing for their families at home.
Yeah, that's really cool because it's an organization that started in Ottawa, Canada, and now they are actually working here locally with USC. So we're going to see that float coming up. But again, just another combination of these organizations using the Rose Parade to raise awareness for really important causes.
And providing hope, right?
Yeah,
as you enter
that's what the new year's all about.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
And, during the parade here, quite often we see a lot of teddy bears, right? And that becomes a theme. You know what the theme of this Tournament of Roses? Flamingos. You will see a ton of flamingos on a variety of floats, including our next one, which provides a little bit of humor, and you're going to see a structure that's 35 feet high. Now, normally you do not
That's
actually
okay,
build something
normally.
like this, right? It has to be down, and then they raise it, right, as they go through the structure, and there it is.
Right, because there is an overpass.
Yes.
So we have a little bit of a lull in the parade right now, but, you know, as Kevin referenced, so this large creature, he has to fold over to get under an overpass along the parade route. We do have something happening. We think maybe, we actually don't know.
Yeah.
It could be a float that's maybe broken down, maybe some technical issue, but we're at a little bit of a standstill right now.
So we can give you some details about the UPS store here. That is this float, the Beat of Achievement is the theme. Just won the Bob Hope Humor Award for most whimsical and amusing float. And as I mentioned, the float is enormous. This is a crocodile wrapper, 35 feet high, and the engineering involved with the float is it has to collapse forward to fit under the 210 freeway, which has just 16 feet 7 inches of clearance. And according to Tournament of Roses regulations, it has to right itself within 60 seconds. And you got Flow Rider, you know, we have Croc Rock. No, we got Croc Rap here with Flow Rider blasting in the background. And if you're wondering about the flamingos, they're called Pink Floyd Roses.
I like it.
Appropriately named right there.
It's funny, Kevin, because you mentioned like pink roses. Apparently red roses, you know, like the kind that you give your wife
Absolutely,
Monica every Valentine's Day and on your anniversary, those actually don't show up well on television, that blue-red color. So most of the roses we see are like pink roses and coral roses. You see a lot of carnations there, things that are telegenic.
And by the way, another color that pops is usually orange, right? And we saw the sneakers on the crocodile. Features orange lentils, red ilex berries. There's that sneaker on the left side there. Laces looking fresh.
Yeah, we're both sneakerheads. We love that.
Oh, both of us, right?
One of our favorite things that we saw in the barn.
And by the way, again, one more time, this UPS store float, the Beat of Achievement, just winning the Bob Hope Humor Award, most whimsical and amusing float. Love the mic in the hand. And then we promised the sneaker for both of us being sneakerheads. There it is. With the coconut, a lot of orange lentils, the red ilex berries popping a little bit. That's where you get the red instead of the red roses.
And keep in mind, when you look at these berries, they are glued on one by one. So if you can imagine the patience that it takes. I mean, you pull back and you look at the big picture, but we saw people painstakingly doing these decorations. These folks take like 7,000 to 10,000 man hours to decorate.
Yes, and not only just the patience, a lot of glue. Or you'll have more glue use than anything else in these barns to hold everything together.
There are over like 125 gallons of glue or something like that used on each float, and 8 different kinds of glue, by the way, on these floats. So that's just the kind of stuff that you learn when you do the Rose Parade here year after year.
We just crossed the top of the hour, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, noon on the East Coast, the 135th Tournament of Roses. Hannah Storm, Kevin Negandhi here with you. And the music is getting loud, and one of the best bands in the country is approaching. The North Carolina A&T Blue and Gold Marching Machine, the #1 ranked band among HBCUs. And when we talk about HBCUs and their marching bands, if you can boast that you're #1, you're legit #1 across the country.
Yeah, the elite of the elite.
about the Blue and Gold Marching Machine. Their
Love it.
first ever Rose Bowl appearance. 232 members making the trip here to Pasadena.
You know, and it's expensive, right?
Yeah.
They have to raise their own money. It costs about roughly $2,000. So they're chosen 14 months in advance. I want to give them a lot of time. It's $2,000 per band member. That's a lot of money to raise. So you're looking at car washes and, you know, fundraisers, and the president of the Tournament of Roses, like going to your town to raise money. So there's so much effort, time, and not just the practicing, but actually just to get to be here, the dedication that it takes for these bands is really admirable in their local communities and their schools and such.
And 21 bands for this Tournament of Roses. And, of course, for North Carolina A&T and that marching band, the Blue and Gold Marching Machine, for them to experience this for the first time ever. I mean, they formed in 1918 to be here representing HBCUs. Well done.
Yeah, it's thrilling. The sun is out. It is an absolutely picture-perfect morning here. The theme is music. So for more of that, we go to Explore Louisiana.
Celebrity artists, Amanda Shaw on fiddle, iconic Elvis band member James Burton on guitar, and Zydeco legend Sean Ardoin singing and playing accordion.
Louisiana, the Showmanship Award.
Yeah, let the good times roll as we roll along. Returning with more of the 2024 Rose Parade presented by Honda after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Happy New Year, everybody.
If you struggle with CPAP, you should check out Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire. Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Bold, juicy, beefy, grilled. There's a lot of ways to describe the flame-grilled flavor of Burger King. But one thing's for certain. It's not the same without the flame.
The Celebrity Jeopardy semifinals are here.
Like anything can happen.
You did good, but you failed me in the end.
Celebrity Jeopardy returns Tuesday on ABC.
We're for Pittsburgh.
It's a rally cry and so much more. It means giving you the facts
To keep you safe in every situation.
Weather alerts save lives.
But those impact days make or break your family's plan.
The best way to avoid a traffic accident is not to be there.
Consumer investigations to keep you worry-free.
About your money, your information.
and always hold the powerful accountable. It's knowing this station is committed to our community. We hope it gives you peace of mind to know.
We're for Pittsburgh.
Hey there, let's get away. We sure need a lazy summer day.
Play the Monopoly family of games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
I am a genius. Did I get a perfect SAT score? Was I a doctor at the age of 13? No. I'm a genius because I hired Kitchen Saver. I got a kitchen that looks brand new, but save time and money. Because Kitchen Saver uses my cabinets that are still in good shape. They call it refacing. I call it easy. They'll install new doors, drawers, and hardware that you choose. If you want to be a genius,
Go to kitchensaver.com to learn more.
Prepare to be impressed. Kitchen Saver.
Happy New Year from WTAE Channel 4.
Back with the 135th Tournament of Roses Parade. This is the Founders Award winner for Most Outstanding Float built and decorated by volunteers from the city of South Pasadena. Their float theme is Boogie Fever. Their years in the parade, 129. They have had, as you might expect, the most years participating in the Rose Parade. Personally, I love that giraffe. Adorable. We have gone back to 1975, however, not quite as far back as the 20s. Celebrating the famous song by the Silvers. Orangutan, giraffe, elephant, toucan. Have a little disco party there. This is the oldest self-built float organization in the parade. The oldest float in the parade. The people of South Pasadena have been decorating their own floats since 1893. And in the early days, these, of course, would come from people's gardens and backyards. Community members still scour their gardens for decorating materials, including the bark and the leaves and the bougainvillea flowers. So you can see some of that bark adorning the feathers here. Just a significant percentage of this community participates in this project. They volunteer, they build, decorate, or donate just to make it happen.
Hannah, from the city of South Pasadena to the city of Hope. And their theme, a lovely day for hope. 10 miles east of Pasadena is Duarte, is the city of hope. One of the largest cancer research and treatment organizations in the U.S. and a leading research center for diabetes and other life-threatening illnesses. This feels like a place of hope, peace, and joy. You see, there's a carousel, doves in the trees. At the front of the float is the City of Hope's Galter Gate. And by the way, it's a reminder that the City of Hope doesn't treat diseases. It treats people. And some of the people riding the float include Paul Edmonds, who's one of 5 people in the world to achieve full remission from HIV and leukemia after a stem cell transplant. And again, this float is beautiful, and it's filled with life and health, and everything you see is created with natural materials, flowers, grasses, fruits, and seeds.
The winner of the International Award for Most Outstanding Float from outside of the United 200 pounds of poppy seeds on that. Just throwing that in there for good measure. 2 of our favorite floats coming up, including the sweepstakes winner.
If you're 50 or over, you can be taking advantage of everything AARP has to offer right now. Join AARP for $12 for 1 year, and your second membership is free. Get instant access to discounts on everyday purchases, eye care and prescriptions, and tools and tips to help manage your money and maximize your health. Plus, AARP fights to protect your Social Security, Medicare, and more. Join and get an insulated trunk organizer free, plus AARP the magazine. Call or go to yesaarp.org now.
She's my head in regret. There might not be another vision. One that makes me forget. I wish I was another person. And they steal ideas from your daughters, the one they won't buy. Sublime, I swear, naked, offered divine, and touched by them, only fighting, full of love.
It looks just like home. I'm so proud of you.
Hi.
Wow.
I can't live without you now.
Will you marry me?
Yes! Hold on to that feeling. Yes, yes.
So you doing okay? Yeah. I might have to start driving Uber on the weekends, but I don't have a car, so maybe they'll let me carry people.
How are you so comfortable with leading such a garbage life?
I mean it as a compliment.
Happy New Year and welcome back to beautiful Pasadena, the 135th Tournament of Roses. Hannah Storm, Kevin Nagandi here with you. And when we saw this float being built in the barn, Hannah, both of us were like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it's the Sweepstakes Award winner. That is the San Diego Zoo, the most beautiful entry encompassing float design and floral presentation. There is Rex the Lion. And the theme of this, it all started with the roar from Rex the Lion as he presides over a group of other notable animals who help with the zoo. At the front is Chinook, the polar bear, rescued as a young orphan, her species under assault by warming temperatures. In the trees, we've got koala bears.
Those are my favorite.
Omeo and Cynthia. You know, when Omeo was a baby, he lost his mom to cancer. The San Diego Zoo has the largest number of koalas outside of Australia. And how about this? In the center is Karen, the first orangutan to undergo open heart surgery. And in her hand is an endangered butterfly.
I love her face.
It's
the way her face was decorated.
In such great detail, right?
Yeah, all the fur on the animals, all of it. I mean, these are vegan floats, right? So there are no animal materials. They have to use plants and such to make these animals look so lifelike.
Yeah, and as beautiful as this float is with the flowers, the foliage, the waterfalls, the zoo itself has incredible gardens, more than 700,000 plants, and you're seeing it well represented with this stunning float.
And this was another one of our favorites, Kevin, because
this was a favorite.
So whimsical, so fun. It wins the Animation Award for Most Outstanding Use of Animation from Trader Joe's. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Broccoli. That's the name of the float. As you may know, that's the Fearless Flyer, that big green fella in the back. He's conducting an orchestra of musical vegetables. His goggles are brown flax. He has a hyacinth root mustache. And what I love in particular about the broccoli is no broccoli is actually used to decorate the broccoli. They get their color and texture from mums and carnations. Even the green one doesn't have any broccoli. It's split peas and parsley instead. So how do you like that imagination? And this was our very favorite. Who doesn't love a singing avocado or one that plays the bass? White navy beans. You can see in the close-up that it gets its green avocado color from split pea. I just look at the
oh, well done.
The corn is playing the horn.
And the soup, by the way, spinning.
Yeah.
Love
the
it.
soup's really fun. They actually named the turnips Ted and Tilly because the decorators get so attached to what they're decorating. So sometimes they'll name the characters on there. See that beater right there? That's silver. That's actually silver leaf. And there's the little turnips there. Ted and Tilly turnip. There's grapefruits, eggplants, oranges. I don't know. I feel like you and I probably partially funded this float along with half the people in the audience.
No question.
As much as we go to Trader Joe's, which started in Pasadena, Kev.
Hannah, our next band from Niceville, Florida. Small Gulf Coast city in the Florida's panhandle, about 50 miles east of Pensacola. They flew a charter out of Eglin Air Force Base last week, the only airport in the area that could accommodate a plane large enough to take this outstanding band, a total of 240 members. Well done. Niceville High School Eagle Pride Marching Band. Look at the flowers here, imported from every continent except Antarctica. Beautiful way to start 2024. The Tournament of Roses continues after this.
When we said we'd make the skies bluer, some said keep dreaming. So we did, lowering emissions on the road to zero. Now, we're working on an EV that has wings. And someday, we'll turn your old Honda into your brand new Honda. Because we are a company of dreamers, setting out to be carbon neutral by 2050. So, no matter where we go, we're going to keep dreaming.
You'll never guess what we're doing to the Baconator. We're putting it...
pretzel bun on the Baconator. Catherine, you seeing this?
Posters everywhere.
What?
The Baconator you love with a new pretzel twist. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new pretzel Baconator.
Icy hot. Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Feel the power of contrast therapy. So you can rise from pain. Icy hot.
Knock, knock. #1 broker here for the #1 hit maker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No problem. So what are all those for?
This lets me adjust the bass, add more guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full-service wealth management, advice, invest on my own, and trade on Thinkorswim.
You know Carl is the only front man you need.
Oh, I gotta take this, Carl. It's Schwab.
Have a choice in how you invest with Schwab.
There is always a reason to fight for another day. All I have to do is reach out my hand.
911, what's your emergency?
The 135th Tournament of Roses parade continues. Beautiful morning. The sun is out. It's in the mid-50s. Hannah Storm, Kevin Nagandi here with you. And the William Mason High School Marching Band, 255 members strong from Mason, Ohio, northern suburb of Cincinnati. Their second appearance in the parade. John Neighbor's been a part of the broadcast for 31 years, and he's with a very special Rose Parade guest. John, take it away.
believe it or not, there are some people in Pasadena that think the Rose Parade is the second most important thing happening today. I'm standing with Tom Hayes, who's attended every single Rose Bowl game in Pasadena since 1965. That's the claim. Prove it, Tom.
Well, here I have my 1965 ticket as well as the 1965 program. And the unique thing about that game for me was we were 13 years old. I came with a buddy. We parked our bikes outside the stadium. I don't even think we locked them. Went into the stadium. During halftime, we got Arnold Palmer's autograph. Ran onto the field.
Wow.
This day and age, we probably would have been tased, but we got his autograph, ran back to our seats, and here is proof of
Do you remember
1965.
Do you remember how much the first game?
Yes, the ticket for the first game was $6.50.
And today, what are they going for?
I think they're around 600 plus.
How about that? Tell me about this jacket, this corduroy jacket, very snappy. There's a story there.
I bought this jacket when I was a senior in high school in 1969 here in Pasadena. All my buddies told me how ugly it was, so I vowed to wear it for the rest of the Rose Bowls I've been to, this will be my 59th.
Very cool. And by the way, you wear it well with the little rose. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, John. Happy New Year.
Whoa. I mean, there is so much about that, from Arnold Palmer to the fact that he can still wear his high
He
school
looks sharp, right?
All right, speaking of sharp, Princess Award winner for the most outstanding floral presentation among entries 35 feet or under goes to the city of Torrance. The theme, the lyrical call of nature, a fixture here, 68 years in the parade. This was actually built by a professional float builder. They are Fiesta Barn's oldest client. I love this because it was designed locally, and then they go to the float barn and they say, this is the idea we had, can you please execute it? But all of the decorations are done by volunteers from the city of Torrance. They even get donations. See it on the very base of that? Those are unsold Christmas trees that they use to make the base of it. And the float builders name those cute little baby birds June, July, and Dakota. They get pretty attached when they're building these floats. We'll return with more of the 2024 Rose Parade presented by Honda after this message and a word from our ABC station.
I'm a parking gate and I'm all out of whack.
Please insert your parking ticket.
It's going to take a lot more than a little ticket to get out of here. And if you have cut rate car insurance, this could leave you all bent out of shape. No! So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Someone!
That's broken too, pal.
Please insert your parking ticket.
American Idol goes all over the nation.
The hometown's big and small.
In search of America's next superstar.
You're going to Hollywood. You make dreams come true.
Home is where the dream starts. American Idol is where the dream takes off.
One of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
Inspiring.
Your journey is going to be amazing.
Cheers to the hometown.
You make dreams come true.
Hey there, let's get away. We sure need a lazy summer day.
Play the Monopoly family of games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Before and after. Before and after. If you have a before kitchen, now's the time to call Kitchen Saver and get a beautiful after. With our custom cabinet renewal process, you can have a brand new kitchen within 3 to 5 days. We're so confident in our products that we'll back it all, labor and materials, with our 10-year limited warranty. Claim our special offer and become a satisfied customer today.
Prepare to be impressed. Kitchen Saver.
Words spoken in our first broadcast. Be a mighty force for good. And for 65 years, we've been working on it with you. From the heart of the rivers to the rolling hills. We're for being there in tough times. We're for protecting those you love. We're for being a good neighbor. And for the big moments that connect us all. We know you're for Pittsburgh. That's why we're for Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to the Rose Parade presented by Honda. This is the winner of the President's Award for Most Outstanding Use and Presentation of Flowers, and rightly so. Kaiser Permanente's 18th year in the parade with the theme Symphony of You, with violinists from LA Philharmonic and the Youth Orchestra of Los Angeles playing this gorgeous float celebrating the connection between their patients, doctors, nurses, hospital employees, and the garden just filled with exotic flowers as well as roses. It's a time when a lot of floats are kind of cutting back on the range of flowers they use, and they are embracing a diverse selection of not only flowers around the world, but potatoes, making this stone wall out of potatoes. You're looking at some russet there, some red potatoes. We thought this was one of the most clever things that we saw, because not only is there a use of, obviously, flowers and such, but some very proud vegetables, and alongside them, some 6,000 roses on this float, which is one of our favorite. Actually, you look at the musical conductor, too. Her skin tone is a blend of cinnamon and other spices. Just the detail and the imagination on this float, absolutely spectacular.
Hannah, did you mention music? What I love about these bands making the trip, Pulaski and the high school Red Raider Marching Band, they come from a small town of 3,500, just about 15 miles northwest of Green Bay. And how about the members coming in? A rare high school band and choir combination, 215 strong.
Right now, they are navigating this turn really well, Kevin. This isn't something you do every day.
They've had some practice, too. This is their 4th appearance. So fully aware of that turn over to Colorado, right?
I'm impressed.
By the way, they've had a very busy week. They were at BandFest, Disneyland, the Medieval Times, Universal Studios, but of course, this is the ultimate prize, the performance here for a band. 5.5 miles, marching down in Pasadena, part of the Rose Parade.
Performing a celebration of all things Blues Brothers, synonymous with Chicago and the spirit of Illinois.
That was cool.
Love it. We're kind of bugging up here a little bit. That was the state of Illinois, and from there to the state of Texas. Austin, Texas, and the Westlake High School Chaparral Band, their third appearance in the Rose Parade. When they first formed in the late 60s, they had about 30 members, and they marched in white shirts and blue jeans. Now, of course, they are all decked out. They are 189 strong. Westlake High School, known for some pretty good athletes, by the way, like Drew Brees, Justin Tucker, and Kevin's very favorite quarterback of all time because he won a Super Bowl for the Eagles, Nick Foles. All right, let's take a listen.
Nickname Saint Nick.
Yeah, there you go. From deep in the heart of Texas to deep inside the Phoenix. Amazing.
Even the lovebirds let loose.
Did Dad get a chance to chill?
Oh, yeah.
Guys, what about the magic?
So who had the most fun?
Me.
No one does fun like Carnival.
Eat delicious every day with the new Jenny Craig and feel great while losing weight.
I've lost 50 pounds with Jenny Craig.
Now Jenny Craig is delivered nationwide to your door.
The Jenny Craig food is so good.
There's satisfying meals and indulgent desserts to kickstart healthy weight loss.
Let's do this!
Eat delicious every day and lose weight with the new Jenny Craig. Take advantage of our special offer. Get $40 off every shipment with promo code Jenny.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
Lean on me.
This is our city.
We're here to protect people.
We have a new family of brothers and sisters. Remember that.
Lean on me.
Happy New Year! The Rose Parade continues here in beautiful Pasadena, right here on ABC. Hannah Storm, Kevin Nagandi here with you. Fans have been a part of the Rose Parade since 1891, the second year of the parade. And here's the Jenks Trojan Pride from Jenks, Oklahoma. 248 members. Jenks is a southern suburb of Tulsa. By the way, they're not just talented musicians, Hannah. The students from Jenks have the highest academic and testing scores in the state of Oklahoma.
Wow.
So they're brilliant, and they're fantastic with the instruments.
Disciplined. love it. You knew that was going.
Always a crowd pleaser. And that's how you get everybody involved.
Exactly. Sweet Caroline does it every time. This whole crowd is singing along the parade route. That's so cool. Change it to her profile picture.
She did.
Instagram. She went to the University of Florida.
Yes, she's a proud Gator. And then
hardcore.
The texture of the Brussels sprouts, really well done by that crew that put that together. Because again, you talked about this earlier with the potatoes. It's not just flowers and seeds.
Right.
It's vegetables, and we're seeing that mixed in all the floats.
However, every single float has to have roses.
Yes,
that
no matter
is a
what.
Requirement. Interestingly, because of the drought here in California, because roses require so much water, the majority of the roses do not come from California. They come from Colombia, about 75% of them, and about 15% of them come from Ecuador. So most of the roses are actually imported.
And to your point, like a single rose requires 3 gallons of water. And talking about the decades of drought here in the state, and that's why you have to go out and ship from South America.
Good international cooperation here for sure to make this day possible.
And here it comes. Oh, there's some fireworks as well from the Elks USA float. The theme, the chimes of liberty, protecting our future. This patriotic float recreates the iconic Spirit of 76 painting by Archibald Willard, symbolizing the spirit of the American Revolution. Now, the painting was first exhibited at the 1876 Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia. A closer look here now. The ink pot here is silver leaf and straw flower. The feather pen is made from pampas grass and buffalo grass. Lighter shades, you see that pampas grass, and the darker shades, part of that buffalo grass. Really well done. And at the back of the float is the Constitution of the United States. Not made of parchment here, but paper bark. The edges of the light tan brown oats and dark brown coffee. Love the detail as the lettering is black beans. By the way, each year, they fund millions of dollars, the Elks, in scholarships and youth programs and give their time and services to the community as well, specifically to veterans' causes. And a big thank you to the Elks Club of Pasadena. They've been the hosts of the Rose Parade television compound for decades. We appreciate the space they give us each and every year.
Yeah, they've been great to us. Let us park all our trucks, all our folks back there. So we appreciate them greatly. Thank you.
Our next band, The Boss. The bands of Santiago Sharks, 235 members. The Santiago High School Marching Band goes by the name The Boss, which stands for Bands of the Santiago Sharks. It's made up of 4 large concert bands, as well as 3 full jazz big bands, a number of jazz combos. They all come together here from Corona, California.
Coming up, for the first time in a while, ESPN has a float here. That's your national championship trophy. That game coming up after today's semifinals.
When we said we'd make the skies bluer, some said keep dreaming. So we did, lowering emissions on the road to zero. Now, we're working on an EV that has wings. And someday, we'll turn your old Honda into your brand new Honda. Because we are a company of dreamers, setting out to be carbon neutral by 2050. So, no matter where we go, we're going to keep dreaming.
I feel refreshed because I'm not struggling with CPAP anymore.
She looks great.
I got Inspire. Great sleep at the click of a button.
Did you get implants?
Yeah, I got an implant, Sheila. It's Inspire.
Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Over 1 million people have put Super Beats by Human blood pressure support supplements to the test. And the numbers tell the story. We have over 70,000 5-star ratings and reviews. We're trusted by over 120 pro and college sports teams. We're America's #1 selling beet brand. The only #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. See why we've won the hearts of people across America and get a free month supply on all bundles at superbeats.com.
You'll never guess what we're doing to the Baconator. We're putting it...
pretzel burn on the Baconator. Catherine, you seeing this?
Posters everywhere.
What?
The Baconator you love with a new pretzel twist. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new pretzel Baconator.
Icy hot. Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Feel the power of contrast therapy. So you can rise from pain. Icy hot.
What happened?
Found someone dead.
What?
Only Murders in the Building is now on ABC.
I think we could solve this case.
For an exclusive winter event.
I'm so on board with this.
Only Murders in the Building, Tuesday on ABC and stream on Hulu. There are 4 stories left, and they're all bestsellers. Only one gets the perfect ending and will write their name in the history books.
The Rose Parade on ABC is presented by Honda, reminding you that it's amazing how far you can go when you keep dreaming.
Oh,
so great to be a part of this New Year's Day tradition, and nothing better than seeing all the little kids witnessing the magic of the Rose Parade. We have had a great view from here, and the mayor, John Neighbor, has made his way 31st Rose Parade up here to share his favorite moment of the day. What was it?
I'll try to be quick, because there's three. They're often overlooked. None of them have to do with floats.
Okay.
Number one, Audra McDonald said, bands have the ability to generate excitement, and it's true. Number two, she said, as a performer on the boards in New York, the audience brings things alive. It creates the electricity. Also true. And the third one is that music, what a perfect choice for the theme, because I can think of nothing else that can get 100,000 people bobbing their heads in sequence other than a great song.
Singing
It was just
Sweet
delightful.
Caroline right, a few moments ago.
And it's part of the theme. It's the universal language. That is the world of music here. And honestly, I was a little worried, because a couple days ago it was a ton of rain, and the sun came out perfectly here to start 2024.
Yeah, this is one of the most beautiful Rose Parades we've had in recent memory. You see all the fans there, of course, for the cameras, the Michigan fans, the Alabama fans. That will be coming up later. It's so funny that the Rose Bowl game was actually started to help fund the parade.
Yes.
And then Michigan won the first game,
one. Yep.
48-0. And they said, well, this is a blowout. We're just going to do chariot races for the next New Year. So they did chariot races all the way to 1916. Thankfully, they have brought football back, and now it's a national semifinal.
It's the granddaddy of them all, of course, and we will celebrate the college football playoff semifinals you mentioned. And one of the great things about the matchups, too, especially here in Pasadena, when you're bringing Alabama and Michigan together, and those fan base is going to be a fantastic game on ESPN.
I thought your interview with a guy who has been to all of the Rose Bowl games was incredible.
And it is an Arnold Palmer signature, no question. The guy's a great story.
And that's so random. You know, you go to a Rose Bowl game, you meet Arnold Palmer, there you go.
And props to him. The jacket still fits.
I know, that was so great. I loved it. And the thing that I think really strikes us every year that's so meaningful about this, not only the great causes that are highlighted, but just seeing people in the float barns, you know, from ages 9 into 90 that are working together to make this happen. And we are very proud to see the ESPN float, some of our colleagues riding on there.
Yeah, and by the way, that float is fantastic. And you see the matchup leading up to next Monday night, the national championship on ESPN, January 8th, 7:30 Eastern Time.
Here's Tim Tebow.
2007 Heisman winner, two-time national champion, and SEC Nation analyst, Tim Tebow.
We want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. And now get ready to enjoy the Rose Bowl game as Michigan takes on Alabama, the granddaddy of them all.
Prepare yourself for the 2024 grand finale presented by Mansion Entertainment Group, a celebration of the spirit of the Rose Parade and passion of the Rose Bowl game. Grammy nominee, multi-platinum singer-songwriter Jordan Sparks rings in the new year with a touchdown-worthy celebration.
Wish you the best, cause promise you ain't seen the last of us. Love when the cash comes, it got me all in my bag now. I think running till the morning, and the Grammy steady roaring, yeah. Pressure come down on their neck, gotta give me my respect. Stadiums, you know I light up the stadiums. Walking on cars in the media, we gotta pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Stadiums, you know I light up the stadiums. Walking on cars in the media, we got the juice, we got the moves. Tell me how you gonna be without me. If you ain't here, I just can't breathe. There's no air, nowhere.
And we did indeed celebrate a world of music, the universal language, as we wrap up the 2024 Rose Parade Hour special. Thanks to Steve Perry, the chair of the Float Entries Committee. Also, our liaisons, Eric Kaczmarski and Andrew Santelli, as well as our crew here, Andy Tennant, Jack Graham, Robinson Holloway, Jeff Nelson, and the rest of the crew. For Kevin Nagandi and John Neighbor, I'm Hannah Storm. It has been our privilege to bring you the Rose Parade. And coming up next, here on ABC, don't miss the Citrus Bowl. Happy New Year, everybody.